Knowledge in the mode of goodness. Devadatta, you send me a note. Was it only copy paste? What is knowledge in the mode of goodness? Yes, Priyanka? Sorry, Sonika. Priyanka and Madhusudan Prabhu cannot join because somehow, I don't know, in Faridabad, internet is closed due to some communal disturbance.
Krishna Prabhuji.
There have been riots in Gurgaon and Faridabad also, I think.
Riots?
Riots, yeah.
This is a classic example of people in the mode of ignorance. This is what Krishna is speaking. Yes, Sonika. Knowledge in the mode of goodness is characterized by
Prabhuji, knowledge through which one can see all the creature as the same, at the soul level.
yes, undivided spiritual nature. He can see the spirit soul in all living beings, although they may exist in innumerable forms. Very good. What about knowledge in passion? Wait, let others also put their effort. Manoram Prabhu, what is the characteristic of
Yes, Prabhuji, a person situated in the mode of passion, they do not have knowledge about the soul, Prabhuji. So they think that everyone is constituted by material body. So therefore, there is no difference between different living entities residing in different bodies.
But there is something more, something very unique also about it, which you have mentioned partially. Yes, Madan Sarup Prabhu?
Yes, Sabji. So when we see different souls in different kinds of body, like human being, animals, etc., then it's a mode of passion.
You say different souls. How can one see different souls?
In a different body. I mean, they identify through the body.
Yes, that is true. This is what Manoram Prabhu also said. But there is one more aspect to it, which Krishna is speaking here. Verse number 21. Yes. Yes, Madam Sarup Prabhu. What is that one aspect?
That soul also destroyed with the body.
No, not right. Yes, Manoram Prabhu.
Prabhuji, they also do not have the knowledge about the all-pervading super soul.
They have many different opinion about soul. They do not have proper opinion, but they have many different opinions. Many philosophies are there. So that is in the mode of passion. Various opinions about the soul. And what about mode of ignorance? Knowledge in the mode of ignorance, Pradeep Prabhu?
This knowledge is not based on the scriptures.
Passion also knowledge is not from the scripture. What is the most essential characteristic of knowledge in the mode of ignorance? You're not properly heard or assimilated. Devadatta, you speak. What is knowledge in the mode of ignorance? आपको सुनाई दे रहा है? Pranab Prabhu, knowledge in the mode of ignorance. This is Karyam Saktam Ahetukam. By knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all. Atatvartham tad alpam cha. And he has nothing to do with the truth. His knowledge is far away from truth. And that which is very meager is said to be in the mode of darkness. Okay, I'll move forward. It is all on individual. How much we are willing to accept the knowledge. It is like rains. The rain comes evenly on the field, but not every field gets the same yield. It depends on how much cultivation is done in the field. We'll move next from verses 23 to 25. Krishna will speak about karma. 19th verse, Krishna says, Jnanam karma cha karta cha trividha gun bhedata. So, what are the bheda? Three bheda for jnana he has mentioned. And now he will mention from 23rd till 25th on the karma part, on the action. What are the three different modes in which one performs action? Verse number 23. Niyatam sangarahitam araga dveshatakritam afala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. So the first characteristic is niyatam. Niyatam means regulated. All his activities, all his actions are regulated. And how he performs his regulated action? Sangarahitam. Sangarahitam means without attachment to action. All his actions are regulated and all the action which is performed is free from attachment. Sangarahitam. Araga Veshata. Without raga, that is liking, and vesha means dislike. Regulated action which is without detachment. What it means without attachment? Detachment means without liking or disliking. Afala prepsuna karma, and which has no desire for enjoying the fruit. Phala prepsuna karma. Prepsu means attachment or desire. And afala prepsuna means that without desire for enjoying the result. Karma yattat satvikam uchyate. The four aspects. First, it is niyatam, regulated. Sangarahitam, without attachment. Arag dveshata, without like or dislike. And fourth, very important, without the desire to enjoy the fruit. That action which is regulated, which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred, and without desire for fruitive result, is said to be in the mode of goodness. Easy. Easy to perform such an action. That is performed regulated without fail, without attachment, without liking or disliking, and without the desire to enjoy any result out of it. Such a action, Krishna says, is in the mode of goodness. Regulated occupational duties as prescribed in the scriptures in terms of different orders and divisions of society. That is Varna and Ashram. Performed without attachment or proprietary rights, and therefore without any love or hatred, and performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of the Supreme, without self-satisfaction or self-gratification, are called action in the mode of goodness. Let us discuss this a little more to get some proper understanding. So let us discuss some examples of such action which is regulated, which is free from attachment, without being influenced by liking or disliking, and without the desire for enjoying any profit or gain out of it. Such action, Krishna speaks, is situated in the mode of goodness. Let us have some examples. Some examples from Shastras or from sadhus or from Acharya's life that they perform such actions. Give some examples.
Vaishnava Seva.
Yeah, but where is Vaishnava Seva is a term. Many times we do Vaishnava Seva so that we can get meva. We will get blessings. When you do Vaishnava Seva and that Vaishnava kicks you or accuses you or he criticizes you that you are not sufficiently good enough to do Seva, then if still we continue and persist, then we can come close to this principle what Krishna is speaking. But do we do that?
Difficult.
Impossible. With mode of passion, it is impossible. And we will leave him. We will not even look at him. Let us give some.
Anonymous,
Let us have some practical examples.
anonymous donation.
Sorry.
Anonymous donation.
Anonymous donation is dana. Here Krishna is talking about karma. That is in the mode of goodness. Already Krishna has spoken about it. Their action which releases one from the mode of passion and ignorance. It is performed in goodness, which is liberating. It must have the four constituents which Krishna is speaking here.
Okay.
It has to, first thing in the mode of goodness means it is niyatam. Every day waking up same time, regulated. The most difficult thing. Here, everything else is tested. If you have to wake up every day same time, what you have to be? Sangha rahitam. What is the greatest sangha? Is the bodily demand or the attachment to the body. Difficult to wake up every day in Brahm Muhurat. We may wake up for 5 days, then we'll say, okay, we have sufficient. 5 days I have woken up, let me relax 1 day. Or let me relax 2 days. 365 days and a half. This is what my teacher told me. Your sadhana card should be same 365 days and a half. Then that is mode of goodness. Without falling down. It has to be really very high level of Sangarahitam. From detachment from the bodily conception or bodily comfort. Then only it is possible, otherwise it is not possible. It has to be arad veshita, beyond one's liking and disliking. What is liking? In the summer it is easy to get up, but in the winter it is more difficult. There is liking to remain in the cozy warm bed, in the heater, in the warm room. To get up and go to the toilet, especially in the brahmachari ashram where everything is open and you are only in gamcha. Your body immediately is exposed. Within 5 minutes, from temperature of 20, you come to temperature 20 or 30, you come to temperature of 5. And many brahmachari catch cold. So, in one ashram, they kept a provision. Just outside the bathroom, they had, hanging hooks. So, brahmachari over gamcha can wear a shawl and go till the bathroom. And just before entering the bathroom, he can, keep that shawl on that hook and go inside. Because many brahmachari, after having bath in hot water or lukewarm water, and when they come till to the room, because bathroom is not within the room, bathroom is in common area.
Separate block.
Yeah. Sometimes the floors are also different. You are sleeping in second floor and the bathroom is on ground floor. And the glass and the windows are not completely sealed or packed. There is cold breeze losing. Just outside my room, there is a very big window. The huge window. And invariably the glass remains broken. Why? Because so many brahmachari use the lobby, they don't care for using the latches. So anyway, so this is one activity of waking up every day at the same time. This is regulated action. You can add others. Doing service, seva. Every day distributing prasad. Before honoring your own prasad, distributing prasad and then honoring. I know some of the devotees. I see them 365 days. They have made this a vow that before doing seva, they will not eat. Then all of it is tested. Many times some special items are made, but they are less. And if you are distributing, you don't stand a possibility to have them. What is the attachment? Ki apni plate laga ke rakh le. Then you can easily distribute. But that is attachment. That is not a phala prepsana. That is phala prepsana. So similarly, whenever we are doing service, and if you want to do selfless service, all these qualities, all these criteria should be considered. Then only the service will come to the stage of goodness. Otherwise, even while performing service, even in devotional association, it will not be in the mode of goodness. Am I making the point clear? So that is why purification is so low and it is so slow. Why? Because selfish interest is always in the center. See, what Krishna is saying, there are two aspects. Regulated occupational duties as prescribed in scriptures in terms of different orders and divisions of society, performed without attachment or proprietary rights and therefore without any love or hatred, performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of the Supreme, without self-satisfaction or self-gratification. Prabhupada is using both the terms. Without self-satisfaction What is that? Without self-satisfaction, puja la pratishtha. Why do we do service? To get name, fame, glory. That is self-satisfaction. And self-gratification means with the service we get some post position. So it gives us an opportunity to have self-gratification or self-gratification. So Prabhupada is clearly saying, are called actions in the mode of goodness. Very important and very practical in our service. So our service, what people always talk about the attitude to perform service. What should be our service attitude? This is what Krishna is prescribing. This should be the attitude while doing service. 4 factors. Is it clear? Any question or doubt on this? Very important verse. Sangarahitam, araga, veshata, and afala prepsuna karma. Yes, there shall go. I. Oh, join. I have a very special guest with me. Please welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very, very saintly person.
Hare Krishna.
Ishwar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
And he is a book distributor. 8 months to 9 months he is outside the temple, very much engaged in distributing Srila Prabhupada's book. Very shy.
Hare Krishna to all.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam Prabhuji.
Especially Swarup Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So these devotees are the example of this verse. Niyatam, Sangha Rahitam, Arag Dveshata Kritam. While they are distributing book, they cannot show any raga and dvesh. Whether people accept or reject. They are always free from attachment to bodily comforts. Niyatam and afala prepsuna karma. Whatever they collect, they have to hand over to BVT. That's a perfect example of service which is in the mode of goodness. So Krishna has been kind. He sent us a life example. What it means.
I was about to say that.
You were about to say. And Ishwar Madhav Prabhu came. Yes, Dolamani Prabhu, what is your question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Ramya. Yes, fully.
Prabhuji, one example that you many times gave that one Mataji, now I am not able to remember her name. One Mataji, she is a disciple of Indradyumna Swami Maharaj and she continuously distribute books in the very cold season of Russia.
Yes, I gave that story many times. Very inspiring story. Rangalekha Mataji, Her Grace Rangalekha Mataji. She had only one sari and every day, 365 days, she would go out and distribute books. And whatever collection she had, she offered to her spiritual master. So any one service, at least we should have one service in our life, which is free from our attachment of like and dislike, which we will do. However discomfort it may seem to our body or to our mind. That is niyatam. Sangha rahitam. And araga dvesha and afala prepsuna karma. We are not very much interested in availing the result of that service. That service is purely as a service to satisfy the Supreme or the spiritual master or the spiritual representative. So by beginning by doing one, gradually one becomes two, two becomes three, three becomes four, it becomes many and more and more. And others, they become less and less. Okay. So action in the mode of passion. Should I move ahead or anyone else has to speak anything or ask anything? Very important. Krishna is so much emphasizing on the action which is within the three modes. Again and again, the influence of the mode is so heavy that even after coming in the devotional path, the influence of mode is still overwhelming and overriding. It does not leave us. Okay, let us see the next verse, 24th verse. Yattu kama ipsuna karma sa ahankarena va punah kriyate bahulayasham tadrajasam udharatam. So that action, which is kam ipsuna, which is propelled with the desire for fruitive result or gain. What is that? People change job. They are always looking for new jobs. Why? What is the motivation? This is the one. Kama ipsuna. They desire for more gains. They are willing to take more pain. Why? So that desire for more gains can be fructified. And what is the attitude? Sa ahankarena. With ego. What it means? Action with sa ahankarena. Karma sa ahankarena. What it means, ahankarena? We have discussed that. Bhagavad-gita, Krishna is speaking many times.
Ego.
Yes, Devidat?
Prabhuji thinking that he is doing it.
Yes, very good. What happened to your video? It is not working? Yes, with the doership mentality. Ahankarena means doer, and ahankarena also means enjoyer. To the extent one has the mentality of doership, one cannot be released or free from the fruitive aspect. It is inbuilt, ahankar. Sa ahankarena vahpuna kriyate bahula ayasham. Bahula ayasham means with great labor, with great pain, or with great endeavor. Atyahar. Here Rupa Goswami says, Atyahar prayasashcha. Great endeavor. Tad rajasamud udharutam. Action performed with great effort. What is the great effort? Working day and night. Very hard work. Morning, early morning leaving. When they are returning, coming very, very late in the night. Fortunately, none of you are in that category. Then, action which is propelled by ahankar, by doership and by enjoying mentality at the platform of false ego. Action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion. So, till the extent we have any desire to enjoy the result of our action, the action is predominantly in the mode of passion. Yes, you have your hand up, Madan Sarup Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, whatever practical seva we do in ISKCON,
Yeah.
will that also come under mode of passion or what category?
No?
I mean, when we want
When
to
you say ISKCON, Prabhupada ISKCON is, Prabhupada says, what we are practicing as Krishna, what we are propagating as Krishna consciousness is nothing but Bhagavad-gita. Why so much Bhagavad-gita is taught? So that from the lower modes of passion and ignorance, we can come to the platform of goodness. Why we are discussing so much?
I'm
Where we are
talking
discussing-
particularly of
we are
practical.
discussing within ISKCON.
Yes, within ISKCON.
So
Practical.
the motive is to bring every practitioner come to the platform of minimum goodness and then transcend. But it is for the individual how much he accepts and how much he applies. That freedom is there for everyone. So in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada has made a pure society. He has made a society which is of transcendental mode. Well, how to come to the transcendental mode? That is why we are being guided by Srila Prabhupada's books, by Srila Prabhupada's instructions, by Srila Prabhupada's programs, so that we can come to the platform of pure goodness. But it is on individuals at what level they are. So why we are
No,
discussing this? We are discussing this so that we can be free from the lower modes and we can aspire at least. We can even aspire, desire, and then attempt and apply. Do we not have many examples in ISKCON? The one sitting next to me is an example of working action in mode of goodness. They go out every day and distribute book, whether it is of 1,000 or 10,000. It does not mean 10,000 that they are very overjoyed. They will increase the hours of book distribution. Next day, no one took the book, then they will not go. No, that is niyatam. Same in our case also. Every day we have to go for Mangala Aarti. Every day we have to go for Srimad Bhagavatam class. Whatever services we are assigned, every day we must be doing. So gradually when we are fixed in service, then the influence of the lower mode, its impact becomes lesser and lesser, and we are released. So the power of devotional service is can free us from the lower modes. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. Janayati Asu Vairagyam. Vairagyam is in which mode? Not in the mode of passion. Of course, not in the mode of ignorance. It can only be practiced in the mode of goodness. The one who is practicing the path of devotional service, whatever services we are given or whatever regulations we are given, if we very strictly follow. To be able to strictly follow means goodness. Passion one cannot follow. Passion he will again and again fall. This is what Krishna is speaking. Niyatam. This is the first thing he speaks in mode of goodness. Is niyatam, which is regulated. Regulation can only be practiced in mode of goodness. Passion means unregulated. And for what to speak of ignorance? So what does this ISKCON teach us? Tell me. Every regulation. Before coming to ISKCON, did we ever practice so much of regulation in our life?
No,
Was
that's
it
true.
possible to?
That's true. That's true, but sometimes, no, sometimes we are enthusiastic about achieving something. That's a
Yes.
part of Prabhupada Seva, but we get attached to the.
That is the influence of the lower modes. So why we are discussing philosophy? Why we are discussing Bhagavad-gita? So when we come to know that at what level we are, there are levels which are higher than this. So we might have the aspirations, the desires to be released from the lower modes and come to the higher mode. So we should pray, we beg to Krishna that please release me from the influence of the lower mode. And we aspire, give me one service where I can practice this principle. At least in one service, where there is no consideration for self-satisfaction, or as Prabhupada says, yes, self-gratification. At least one service I will do every day, which is purely on this principle. So we have to make plan. And we have to prepare. And even planning and preparing will not do. Will it do? We have to really pray and beg to Krishna. That is what our Acharyas are saying. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Karo Edase Krina Peka. Why? Because to be able to do that, our real qualities are tested. The items of knowledge which Krishna was speaking, which we discussed. Amanitvam, Madam Hittam, Ahimsa, Shanti, Advam. Because unless until those qualities manifest, we cannot come to this platform. And those qualities to manifest, that means one is becoming transcendental. One is going beyond the modes. Is becoming free. So we have to aspire for it. We have to desire for it. And then we have to apply it. So where else outside ISKCON you get this platform?
Yeah, not there.
Huh?
Not there.
Then this platform is only available in ISKCON. But how many are willing to do that? That is a big question. But those sincere souls who are doing, they are benefiting and they are advancing. So it is individual. It is all up to each individual. That is why Krishna is saying, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam satheva bhajamaya. I reciprocate and reward everyone as they surrender unto me. Okay. So we discussed the 24th verse. So Krishna is speaking here. Action which is performed with great effort and passion. There is so much of shrama. And what kind of shrama? Shrama evahi kevalam. Why? Because the shrama is centered for self. To gratify his desires and enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion. Prabhupada does not give any purport to it. No need. No need to speak about it. It is already there. It is saturated in the age of Kali. Then the next action, which is in the mode of ignorance. Verse number 25. Anubandham shayam himsham anapekshya cha paurusham mohar arabhyate karma yattattamsam uchyate. So the first thing is, in mode of goodness, it was niyatam. And in passion, it was kama ipsuna, which was fueled by desire. First was fueled by regulation. And here, if you see ignorance, it is anubandha. That means it will further bind you. The soul will be bound again and again for future bondage. Anubandham and shayam. Shayam means destruction. That action which will cause further destruction or degradation of the soul. How? Himsam. By his action, what he will do? He will cause himsa to others. He will inflict pain and suffering to others. So what will happen? That action will bind him and glide him down into further state of suffering. And anapekshaya. Anapekshaya, here Prabhupada is saying without consideration. So these are all demoniac qualities. If you see in the 16th chapter, Krishna spoke at length about the divine and demoniac qualities. So there he is using the word anapeksha. Even in the 12th chapter, when Krishna was speaking about his devotee, he used the term anapeksha shuchi daksha. But that is different. Apeksha means having expectations. Apeksha. And anapeksha means without expectation. But here the connotation is anapekshascha paurusham. So here the word anapeksha means that without considering the respect of others. That means disregarding and disrespecting. How? Cha paurusham. Paurusham here does not means, chivalry. Here it means foul language. Let us see 16.4. What are the demoniac qualities given in 16.4? खाली 15वां चैप्टर रिवाइज करूंगा 5 मिनट आप भी सुन लेना एक्चुअली 9 बजे में थोड़ा सो जाना मेरी 8 से 9 ही क्लास होती है कल मिलते हैं हाँ सही सब चलता है बुरा करना है Then the 16.4, you see, Krishna is using the same word. Dambho darpo abhimanascha krodha paurusham evacha. The paurusham here is not paurusham of the chivalry or the male aspect, the masculine aspect. No. Here it is talking about harshness. So that action performed in illusion, moha arabhate karma. So that action performed in illusion, not in knowledge. In disregard of scriptural injunctions, without concern for future bondage or for violence or distress caused to others, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. One has to give account of one's action to the state or to the agents of the Supreme Lord called the Yamdutas. So our report will be read out. When we leave this body, the report will be read out that what we did in the full lifespan. Irresponsible work is destructive because it destroys the regulative principle of scripture and injunctions. It is often based on violence and is distressing to other living entities. Such irresponsible work is carried out in the light of one's personal experience. You remember? We spoke about personal experience, irresponsible work. What was the context we discussed? Irresponsible work or godless or non-Krishna conscious.
Actions of passion.
No, Prabhupada gave a statement, a very heavy statement. Responsibilities which are self-created. Self-created responsibility. Such irresponsible work is carried out in the light of one's personal experience. This is called illusion, and all such illusionary work is a product of the mode of ignorance. So I'll stop here. Today we discussed work, which is karma, in the 3 modes. Sattva guna, it is regulated. It is done without attachment. It is also performed without liking and disliking, and it is afala prepsuna, without the desire for any fruitive gain or results. That which is in the mode of passion, the most prominent thing is there is a great endeavor. So foolish are people who are working 16, 18 hours. They are fit to be in the lower species of life. Prabhupada gives the example of burden of beast. Human life is not meant for that. Then why they are performing their work? For self-satisfaction and self-gratification. Kama ipsuna. And it is done with sahankarena, with false ego. And karma in the ignorance leads to bondage, anubandham, which is for destruction, self-destruction, harmful to the others, himsa, without considering the consequence, anapeksha, without considering the consequence, disregarding to scripture in illusion. So next time we will discuss worker, karta in the three modes. Hare Krishna. Any question or clarification of action in three modes? Or we do the recitation of the 15th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Madhashakham Ashwatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Ved Adascha Urdhvam Prasatastasya Shakha Guna Prabhidha Vishaya Pravala Adascha Mulani Anushantatani Karma Nubandhini Manushya Loke Narupamase Tatopalabhyate Nanto Nachadhir Nacha Sampratishta Ashvatyenam Savirudha Mulam Asanga Shastre Nadridena Chitva Tata Padam Tat Parimargitavya Yasmin Gatana Nivartanti Priya Tameva Chadyam Purusham Prapadde Yatha Pravritti Prasata Purani Nirmana Moha Titasanga Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinigretana Dvande Vimukta Sukhidukha Sange Gachanti Mudha Padamavya Na tadvasate suryo na sashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tadhava paramamama mamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashasthani indriyani prakritisthane karshati shariram yad avapnoti Yachapi Utkramata Ishvara Grahitvetani Samyati Vayu Gandhani Vase Shotram Chakshu Sparshanam Cha Rasanam Grahanam Evacha Adhisthaya Manaschayam Vishayanupasevate Utkramantam Stitam Vapi Bhunjanan Va Gunanvitam Vimuranan Upashyanti Pashyanti Jnana Chakshusha Yatanto Yoginashtenam Pashyanti Atmani Avastitam Yatanto Api Ajritatmano Nenam Pashyati Achetasa Yadaditya Gatam Tejo Jagadbhasyate Akhilam Yachandramati Yachagno Tattejo Vibhimapakam Rama Vishya Chabhutani Bharayami Ahmodasa Pushnami Choshadi Sarva सुमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रिता प्राणापान समायुक्ता पचामि अन्नं चतुर्विधा सर्वस्य चाहं हृदसन्निविष्टो मत्ता स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव जानामि वायुमा पुरुषा लोके क्षरश्चाक्षरेव च क्षर सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थो अक्षरोच्यते पुरुष उत्तमा पुरुषस्तु अन्य परमात्मेति उदारता य लोके त्रयमाविश्य विवर्ति अव्यय ईश्वर यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमातोऽस्मि लोकभेदे च प्रतीता पुरुषोत्तम यो मामेवम् असम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमा स सर्वविद भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्त्वा मया नघ एतत् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमानः स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे पंचदशो श्री पुरुषोत्तम योग नामादि हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. So kindly read, find some time to revise, to go through what Krishna is revealing in this final section of Bhagavad-gita, so that at least some of his teaching, some of his wisdom comes into our heart and it illuminates. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad-gita ki jai.